Good morning and welcome to the Higher Grounds Podcast Morning Minute Meditation. Thank you for joining us this morning. This morning we will pick up where we left off on last time, dealing with serving your generation. Acts 13:36, the Bible said that David served his generation by the will of God, that he fell on sleep after he had completed his task and was buried with his fathers. We said this of David, that he was a cherished individual, and you'll never serve your generation by being antagonistic, but by loving the Lord and by loving people. We talked about how that he was a contributor in that he served. He was committed. He was interested in the will of God, and then he completed his task and was laid on sleep, or passed away, went to his reward in eternity after having completed the will of God for his life. Now today we'll begin to look at several things in the biography of David that shows us an example of how we ought to live our lives in serving our generation. The first thought I would like to give you today has to do with 1 Samuel chapter number 17 and verse 36. In this passage of Scripture, the Bible simply says this, that David went before King Saul, and when he came before him, he said, "Thy servant killed both the lion and the bear, and what is this uncircumcised Philistine?" In other words, he said, this Goliath is not going to stand in my way. God helped me with some private conflicts in my life. I'd like to talk to you about serving your generation by fighting the private conflicts that go on in your life. David, in the privacy of his life while keeping his father's sheep, had to deal with a lion and deal with a bear. Now, I'm not dealing with a lion in the literal sense, but I am dealing, of course, with the devil, who is compared to, in a simile, as being like unto a roaring lion. This roaring lion called Satan is seeking to devour my life. And every one of us, you and I, are tempted when we are drawn away of our own lust and enticed. Then when lust hath conceived, it brings forth sin, and sin when it is finished bringeth forth death. But if you're going to serve your generation, learn to engage your private conflicts, fight against the foe, and win the temptation fight in your life. God bless you until next time.